what you'll need for this video is a pen or a pencil to color it, some markers or gel pens or crayons, whatever you want to color it in with, and that's pretty much all. And of course paper. So here's the first few steps of drawing a Honda Civic EG, which is my favorite generation of Civic. So first you start by just drawing the outline of the windows. I added the wing, the roof line, then from there I added the door, which will be finished soon, and then now I'm going to start doing the hood and that kind of area, and then I'll fill in all the spaces. So after doing outline and all that stuff, you want to add the main window here, which you can add banners to and an interior later if you want, or you can just color it a solid color and have no interior. It's up to how much detail you kind of want type of thing. After completing the windows, move on to the side skirts. Decide how far you want the bottom of the car to be down, if you want a wide body kit or if you just want it stock body, and then draw the side skirts. If you wanted a wide body kit, you would draw right here, draw in pencil or pen the outline of where you want the wide body kit to go. Same with here, it should just be over the fenders by a little bit. And then you'd add like the bolts in and all the details to hold it on if it was real. So after you've done that, you can add the protector here on the side of the door, just drawing a straight line again like you did with the side skirts. After that, you can, like you see, kind of got the main outline done. So you can start to add details in if you like, such as like, you know, license plates. So I went with like the European plates here and little details like that. Next, I'm going to finish the wing and do some wheels. I'm going to do like a stance type of wheels. So after adding little details like, you know, the wheels, the door handles, license plates, all that, what you can do next is you can add the signature Honda Civic EG headlights, which are what you use to define the car, you know, the characteristic and the look of it. So after doing the headlights, of course, you can start coloring some things in, or you can add more details. So next, to make it JDM instead of like a factory stock car, just put something small, just put a little window banner here, so just draw a line across the window. And then you can write whatever you want there, like your name, Honda, anything on the banner. So to give the car like a carbon fiber look, just if you want to do that, you can do it to the pillars, you know, the wing, anything. Just draw small little lines like this on the mirrors, whatever. This pen's not the best. This one really splatters and leaks, but whatever. Anyways, so you can do that, or if you have markers, you can color it over, and you can get, like, if you have gel pens, if you go over the lines, you can do like a shiny look to give it like that glossy carbon fiber right over this. There's a lot of different ways you can do carbon fiber. This is just my favorite way to start it. So if you want to do a right-hand drive car, you would draw the steering wheel side hump on this part here. So even though this is a JDM car, though, I'm still doing left-hand drive because I'm drawing like off how I would build it. So what's available here is left-hand drive. So I did do left-hand drive, but it's up to you, whatever way. So next you'd want to draw a steering wheel and then draw the rest flat. And then leave a bit of space open at both sides so you can draw like the headliner going up the A-pillars. So next, what to do on this car is you'll draw the windows. If you want the windows down to add more detail, if you want them up, just don't do anything, but draw it about halfway and try to match this up the corner as much as possible. Also after that, draw where the trunk would go. If you want to, you can do like the whole window solid color. You don't have to do the interiors, it's just a bit easier that way. But if you do want to do the interiors, draw a line where the trunk would go. And try to match it up with this as much as possible. But you know, it doesn't have to be 100%. Like, this is just like a rough sketch. You can change everything later with like markers and like color and paints. So at this stage, you can do different stuff like adding the color of the paints, whatever you want to use. I recommend markers. So you just color in like with a gray, the dashboard, whatever, you know, you can do tan interior, black interior, leather, whatever you want. Some markers after texture, but these are just basic ones just to show you. And then what I use for the headlights on this is a highlighter because I want to really make them pop. Like this one's going to be cartoonish instead of realistic. That's just how I'm going with this car. Yeah. So these yellow lights really pop, and then I'm going to draw the second part of the headlights like a bright orange, and then the rear lights will be red. So, but each of them is going to pop in like a really like fluorescent bright color. So another thing I found out is sometimes it helps to have like a model car to like just give you ideas and like, you know, so you can get the proportions right. So I've been going free off my mind, but it just helps to have this at the side. Like this is a Rocket Bunny Civic EG, and it's just nice to have it there. So if you do have a car around you, especially if it's the same type of model, that really helps a lot as well. So the next thing you'll need for this is markers or whatever you want to color it in with. I prefer using these gel pens because some of them look kind of cool when you color it in. So here's just 4 different shades, just basic stuff. So I'll be using those to do some of the work next. So when you get the colors you want, you can kind of start coloring it in. So I just started using gel pens. You know, these are at the dollar store, $3. So I'm just going to do like blue around it, and then I can do like gold or silver rims, but this is how it's turning out. So why I did blue is because my best friend has a Honda Civic EG that's blue, so I like drawing that car, so kind of trying to do that kind of thing for this. So just slowly fill in the spaces around the car. I choose to do the smaller areas first. And being that this is gel pen, you kind of have to do it quickly because it dries. But you can make it as detailed or as little detail as you want. Like you can do shading, or you can just do like solid paint like this. But yeah. So the next step I would say would be start filling in more parts like the banner, you know, like the trunk space area, the door protectors, all that stuff. And then after that, what you can do is draw right here if you want to start detailing the interior. Again, you can just do solid color windows so you don't have to do an interior. But if you want like a basic interior, the gaps that you left here before, draw 2 lines up and then match them with like, you know, the banner or the interior, add a steering wheel. And you can do seats in here too if you'd like. So next up, it's time to do some of the detailing for the front end. The hood will be next, but right now, so hopefully you've already drawn a license plate or something to kind of get you like, you know, where you are with the front. After that, you'll use that as like the middle, and you can draw whatever shape you want for like this bottom piece right here, and then hopefully some vents at the side, and then decide how far you want to go further down, and you'll have to do like a front splitter here on the bottom, which would hopefully be carbon fiber depending on how you want to, you know, color it in like that. So this part's pretty freestyle, like, you know, something like this, the bumper lines you have to draw pretty much, you know, like where they should be, but you're given a lot of freedom with this. Like you can draw it round, you don't even have to do vents. Like there's a lot of like, you know, aftermarket options, or you could even look up like a Mugen bumper and draw something like that, Type R bumper, anything you want to do there. So after that, you can kind of start coloring in the tires. So I just did the same kind of grayish black, but you know, you want to go for the darkest mark you have. And then start filling in like the bumper after that. So filled in like, you know, the splitter, the lip, the vents, everything there. Fill all that stuff in. And if you want to write something on the plate, this is the time to do it now. So what to do next would be, of course, add the other mirror here. So, you know, there's 2 mirrors. Draw lines in the window so you know not to color it later, and it can be like, you know, kind of a glare. Also, make sure to add the rear headlight. And because this is the Civic EG, make sure it's like really boxy looking, because that's how it is on these. And then color it like a solid red. Also there you have to do the rear bumper, so make sure to add that. But the bumper is like the front bumper, you can kind of do anything you want. You can add an exhaust tip sticking out, you can have it go straight in, you can have the bumper come out really wide. Or if you do a wide body kit again, the bumper will come out, you know, different, but it's up to you how you draw it. So by this stage, if you're following along, a lot of it should be, you know, kind of filled in. All the hard work is done. Just draw one more line going across the bumper, pretty much parallel to the where the hood line is, where the bumper ends. And then after that, the only hard work left to do is like the wheels and just color in a few small things, you know, finish the wing. So it's almost complete. Just a few more things to do, like the hood and all that. If you want, you can start drawing a background. I like to draw like random shapes around my cars. So I'm just going to start by doing a small background and fill it with like neon colors. So after that, draw like the final finish line on the hood to mark it. If you want, you can add more definition of the hood. You also have to draw where the hood would end on the other side. And then I did a lot of the background, and then just finish the wing. Just make sure it goes in. And then you can draw a background around the wing, and then pretty much just color in the rest. So if you're going to do the background too, if you color the background, what I usually do is do up to 4 of each color and then change the color so there's not too much of the same thing going on, because I want it to be kind of like, you know, every color. And pretty much the whole car is colored in except for interior detailing. So moving on to the hood, ideas for the hood, you can do a solid shade, you know, to match like the body of the car, or you can do carbon fiber, which is kind of like the same thing, just kind of make it like, you know, a carbon fiber JDM hood. So just color it however you want. So here's the pretty much finished product of it. Again, so here's the wheels now. You can kind of do what you want with them. Just draw like, you know, a basic outline of the rim. And then you can do like any pattern you want, like Google Rotiforms, BBS, whatever, and just kind of draw it in. So here's what it looks like. I'm just going to finish up a few edges, and yeah. Let me know what yours looks like. Feel free to comment, send me it, whatever. Thanks for watching. And let me know what car you'd like to see next. Thanks again. Wow, I really like how this came out. Yeah, finished. Thanks for watching how to draw Honda Civic EG in 10 minutes. Next episode will be a Nissan Skyline, after that a Toyota Supra, and after that let's see what comes next. So a little backstory about the Civic EG. The reason I picked this car is because it's one of my favorite Hondas of all time, for sure. It's the #1 favorite Honda. And because my best friend actually has the same Honda. It's the Civic EG4 in Captiva Blue with a black hood and all that. So I made this for my friend too. So thanks for watching. So here's the Nissan Skyline at the start. Let's see how much further this goes. So, you know, that type of JDM stuff. Let's see how it looks when it's finished.